My channel. Of course, as usual, I would love it so much if you would hit the subscribe button below before you got out of here if you are not already a subscriber. Today's video is going to be my 1 month micro lock update. Yay! I honestly cannot believe it's been a month already. I mean, it's gone by so fast and I've gotten so used to them already that it's crazy. It's like I've had these forever, but it's only been a month. So I wanted to come on and make a video and give you guys some updates, how I feel about my hair, how the past 30 days have been with my new journey. So if you are interested, please stay tuned. All right, so wrote some things down. I have my little list, so I'm going to try to keep this video as short as I can. It's funny when you get on here, you just start talking and talking and talking. Before you know it, it's 15-20 minutes, and I don't want it to be that long. So let me jump right in and stay focused on my hair while still giving you guys as much information as you can about my hair. So first up on my list, I'm going to start with I'm not going to really say pros or cons. I'm just going to kind of run down some of the things I've experienced and my thoughts. So first up, probably the question that everyone wants to know is the maintenance, because of course I'm interlocking, and I don't know how many I have, but these are a lot of micro locks, and how that whole process is. I have already done my first retie. If you watched my first wash day video and you saw kind of how my roots started getting puffy from the twists, and I kind of started a little bit of a retie and said I was going to have to do it. Well, a couple of days after that, I actually went ahead and did the first retie because those puffy roots just was not the business, okay? So I went ahead and did the first retie. I broke it up into 2 days. I don't think I necessarily had to do that, but I wasn't going anywhere, wasn't in a rush, so I just kind of did it as I saw fit and I had the time to do it. But overall, I would say it took about 5 to 6 hours to do the entire retie, which not so bad if I only have to do this every 4 to 6 weeks. So that, while it is tedious and time consuming, it's not horrible. The major downside, of course, is because I'm doing it myself, is trying to be as neat as I can to keep the parts that I have, and also to not get a hold of the other lock behind it as you're interlocking. If you've ever done interlocking, or you've seen a video where you have your tool and you're trying to do your rotations, if you're not careful, it's easy to stick the tool into like the lock behind it, and then when you try to pull it through, you've now gotten those two locks kind of stuck together per se. So that's probably been the most annoying thing of doing a retie, is that piece, because sometimes I don't really see it. Even when I'm looking in the mirror, I don't realize that I've done it until after I've done it. And if I do realize immediately, I can go ahead and kind of back the lock back out. A few of them, because my hair is not locked yet, I was able to just take completely out and then just redo the twist over again. But a few of them, I literally just realized I did it when I did my last wash, which was 2 days ago. And I tried to, pull them apart as much as I could. And then I just ended up snipping where the hair just had come together. And it's not a lot, so it's not a ton of strands that's sitting there because they're so small. It's just a few strands that are there. So I'm just like, rather than trying to, at least, pull on the lock and things like that, it was just easier to cut it. I found out later if I'm doing damage, and I'm not supposed to do that, but that's what I did. And it wasn't a ton of them that I did. I would say maybe like 10 to 15 I did it on all together. I was able to catch most of them. It was maybe a handful I wasn't able to catch and didn't see it until after, where I had to figure out and make some corrections after the fact. Next up, wash day. No longer wash day, honey. It is just, I'm washing my hair. That's it. I don't have to, wash, figure out if I'm going to deep condition this time, figure out if I want to sit under the dryer with the deep conditioner. No more figuring out what hairstyle I'm going to do after I've washed my hair, wash and go, twist out, braid out, roll set. I don't have to think about all that anymore. It is literally washing, only using shampoo. I don't use conditioner because I've heard mixed reviews, but so far my hair is doing okay without conditioner, so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. only using shampoo, the same shampoo I showed in that first wash video, and that's it. After I rinse out, coming out of the shower, spraying on some leave-in and putting in an oil, and that is my wash day. I still band them like I did in the first video, and I'll keep doing that until I feel like I don't have to anymore and they're okay just kind of being free and doing their own thing while I'm washing. But for now, I will keep doing that. It's not really a big issue because it doesn't take that long to do those little plaits and to wash it, but that is literally the process, and it feels so amazing to get that time and that energy back to not have to think about that stuff. Next up, I want to talk about my gray hairs. I have a love-hate relationship with my gray hairs. I have for the past couple years now, when they started kind of really coming in heavy, where there were times where I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna leave them and embrace them, and times where I'm like, honey, you gotta go. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts, you got to go. Funny thing is, in my micro locks, yes, they are still there, but they don't bother me as much as they did when I wore my hair loose and twist outs or wash and goes. Feel like maybe in those styles they were more pronounced and in your face. I don't know why, but now with my micro locks, they don't feel that way. Now, not saying I don't want my hair to be all black, because I do, but I'm not such in a funk where it just makes me feel like I have to do something about it immediately. I have not henna or indigo in my hair probably in a good 2, maybe close to 3 months at this point, so they are definitely in there strong. You can see they are in there strong, okay? And I don't know if I'm going to be able to henna now with having micro locks. I haven't researched and looked into that. I don't know if it's going to be too heavy or if it's just going to be too much to rinse out, and if I do want it black, I have to go back to a box dye maybe at some point. I don't know, but for now they're not bothering me, so I'm going to leave them alone. But when I do try something, I'll let y'all know. Frizz, the thing everybody I feel like talks about with locks is frizz. Although they were small, and I've seen plenty of videos where people have micro locks and they're like 6 months in and their locks still look like brand new, and I'm like, but how, Sway? I still knew they were coming. My oldest started her traditional locks off with 2-strand twists. She went through the frizz. I knew I was going to get the frizz. So it's okay, but it definitely is there. You can see as I get close, you see the frizz everywhere. Everywhere. But again, it doesn't bother me as much because you can only, like, you can see it when, of course, I pull it apart like that and you're really up on my hair. But when I just look at my hair in the mirror, I see the frizz, but it's not like it's ruining the style per se, if that makes sense. I mean, it still looks cute. This is from just doing, last night I slept in 2 flat twists going to the back, and I just put that in to put my scarf on and let those out today, and this is what that is from. So I mean, there's gonna be frizz. I'm just gonna live with it and embrace it. Like I said, it doesn't really bother me, but if you're looking to avoid, don't think that's gonna happen. One thing that has been nice is not having to really moisturize my hair pretty much at all, which, again, if you're a loose natural, you know life kind of revolves around making sure that hair is moisturized all the time. Moisture is what is preached in the natural hair community. So this transition has definitely been different. Not using any creams, butters, things like that. It's like, ooh, I don't even have to reach for that stuff, which is, again, it's nice because it makes things a lot more easier to do my hair. So literally, you guys, when I shampoo, I plait my hair, I shampoo in the shower, I rinse out in the shower, take the plaits out, put in a leave-in conditioner, and put in some oil, and that is it for wash day. Then once I'm going to re-moisturize my hair throughout the week, I'm only using rose water. This is it. This, and if I need to reapply some more oil to my hair or my scalp, I'm then pulling out one of my oils for that. But this is it. This is how I am refreshing my hair every day, and my hair actually loves this rose water. It makes it very soft and moisturized when I put it in, and I usually spray it. I don't spray it every day. I may have to change that when it gets really hot and I'm outside more and it may be pulling more of the moisture out, but I maybe spray that on my hair probably every 2 to 3 days, and literally just doing a spray, working it through, and I'm going on about my business. So This has definitely been, this is the cheapest moisturizer that I've probably ever had to purchase. But I bought this little bottle a while ago for my daughter's locks. And then once I locked my hair, I bought the bigger 8-ounce bottle, but it doesn't have a spray nozzle. So I just refilled this little bottle from the bigger bottle. But that is what I moisturize with, and that is it. And I love it. Next, I want to talk about the unraveling ends. Now, I know on my install video, I talked about the videos that I watched said to braid the ends. I was having difficulty braiding the ends because some of the locks were just so small that trying to grab 3 pieces of hair just felt like mission impossible. So I didn't do it, and I just kind of twisted all the way to the end. I had to go back and redo some of them and braid it at the ends. Not every single one of them. I kind of just feel, and what I felt, it was getting loose maybe on some of them. I went in and did some of those, but I didn't go back and do every single one because some of them were totally fine. But if I could redo, I would just go ahead and try my best to braid all of them at the end, just so that it would keep the ends more secure and I wouldn't have to deal with so much unraveling that I'm experiencing. I would go ahead and do that. And then also, if I knew what I knew now with having the first wash and having to retie so soon, I would go ahead and retie as you were doing the install. So if you decide to do your hair in micro locks and you do the 2-strand twist, I recommend putting in the 2-strand twist. You will, of course, because they're just 2-strand twists, you'll have some space. It won't be, close enough to your scalp. I will go ahead and do a few rotations of interlocking just to go ahead and secure the roots so that when you do your first wash, you won't run into the issue I did on the very first wash and have to do your first retie so soon. I would just go ahead and interlock the roots and be done with that part at the beginning. All right, I feel like I kind of touched on this with the moisturizing, but truly the flexibility of styling has been phenomenal. Like, I love it. Even if I don't put my hair in any kind of twist and I just leave it like this and put a bonnet or a scarf or slap cap or whatever on my hair and it's flat and crazy in the morning, again, take my rose water, spray it, do a shake, and it brings itself back to life. I mean, you just can't get any easier than that. I did style it. I did do a flat twist out. That was probably about a couple weeks ago now. And I'll probably come back on camera and actually do it on camera for you. But again, pulled out my trusty rose water, sprayed my hair. I did about 7 or 8 flat twists going to the back, let them sit overnight, took them out the next day, and it was so cute. Crazy thing is, my loose natural hair flat twist out would never work. It always came out hideous when I tried it. But when I did it with these micro locks, oh my God, it was so cute. So I'm sure that's gonna be a pretty staple style for me. Although, I mean, they're still pretty curly on their own. Because this is pretty much what it looks like after I wash anyway. So, I mean, they still have their curl shape and they're not straight or anything. But when I'm looking for the little extra, flat twist out is going to be my jam because they're quick and it comes out looking amazing. Shrinkage, yes, but it looked great. And then the last thing that I've noticed is super fast growth. Now, I don't know if my hair maybe has grown this rate usually and I just have not realized it because, I mean, shrinkage, it just looks like your hair is not growing. But of course, with having micro locks and interlocking, I know I interlock to the root of my hair. So when I see the new growth, it's not because I didn't do it to the root. I did. That's just the new growth of my hair. So that has just been like, oh my God, is my hair really growing this fast? Because again, it's officially been a month since I started, but it's been 3 weeks since the first retie. And I will pull out a few so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But you can see with this one, that is new growth. Let me find another one that you can really see, hopefully, even with the gray hair. But this one, this is where the retie stops. So all of this hair is loose hair that needs to be retied now at this point. Even in the back is probably even more outgrown than the front. This one is probably, but you can see all of that is, I mean, probably a quarter of an inch already of new growth that I have in my hair. And I'm like, wait. I know I said I wanted to retie like every 4 to 6 weeks. I was leaning more onto the 6 week in, not the 4 week in. So I'm gonna, try to extend it as long as I can. But I really wasn't expecting, the growth to be this fast. When I started seeing it, I was like, oh, it's maybe just a few one-offs. And then as I kind of went through my hair, like you can see here on this one, the retie starts here, and that is the new growth, all of that. So I was just like, okay, because while I don't want to retie too often, I don't want to leave it loose too much, just because as you wash, the locks can begin to marry or attach to one another unintentionally. So when I wash, I do go through and separate them so that they don't begin to try to, attach those loose strands of hair together. So that's why I don't want to go too long without it. But my goal for now is to still shoot for that 6 week mark. I might have to be closer to the 5 week, but that's okay too. But I wasn't expecting it to grow that fast. But yeah, so that's definitely, I can clearly tell, like there's no saying, oh, my hair isn't growing. Oh yeah, I can tell it's growing, because when I interlocked them, they were neat into the root, and now they're not anymore 3 weeks later. So, there that is. But whatever, and I'm not doing anything different to make my hair grow. No extra vitamins, no different oils. I'm doing nothing. So I'm guessing just the fact that I'm leaving it alone and just letting it do its own thing, it's thriving and it likes it. I don't know, but I have seen pretty quick growth in my hair. But that is pretty much it for this video. So things that I like about my hair, things that I'm still maybe, struggling, toying with and getting used to. But overall, this has really been a really good decision for me. Just having an automatic hairstyle all the time is just pretty much amazing, that when it's time to go somewhere, and I'm still almost trying to get accustomed to that, because I'm like, I'll throw cold clothes on and then I'm like, what am I gonna do with my hair? And I'm like, oh, my hair's done. I don't have to, try to put it in a puff or wash it for a wash and go, or put on a scarf or a hat or something because it looks a mess. Like, I'm able to literally get up and go. Like, I have box braids all the time, and that has really been nice. So I am really enjoying my hair. If you are thinking about it, again, taking some of the lessons I've learned, I highly recommend you maybe taking that advice and just jump right in. I mean, if you don't like it before it actually locks, you can comb it back out. But if you end up loving it, hey, you got yourself some new hair. All right, so if you guys have any questions for me, anything I did not mention in the video below, please leave that in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.